What's up, y'all? Jeremy Anderson here. It's that time again. Our Next Level Speakers Conference is right around the corner. June 6th through 8th, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Everything for you is gonna change. You gotta be at this event. This is going to be the biggest event if you wanna become a professional speaker. This is the place to be. You've got myself, Dr. Eric Thomas, the #1 motivational speaker in the world, the legendary Lisa Nichols, the iconic Inky Johnson. Listen to me. We have over 20 speakers that are going to be pouring into you over these 3 days. Everything from how to leverage AI, how to master social media, the marketing, the branding, the storytelling, everything you need to know and learn to be a dominant and successful professional speaker. This conference, hands down, is life-changing. June 6th to 8th, right here in Atlanta, Georgia, for the Next Level Speakers Conference. We'll see you there. I was ready early. Oh, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. Let me know how you feeling in the chat. Give me a good morning, man. I'm excited for today. Welcome to another episode of Next Level Talks. We're going to talk that talk today. And by God's grace, man, we're going to help you go to the next level as I'm seeking for the next level, and the whole team is trying to go to the next level. Y'all, shout out, show Jerry and Jira some love, man. G Money and Jerry in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really excited for today, man. I've got a special guest. I didn't even tell y'all. I got a special guest. I put a call in at the last minute. I got a special guest that's going to be joining us today, man. But I'm excited for you. Now, let me tell you about my weekend. Y'all know I like to catch y'all up over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So this weekend I went to Forward. You know, ET has a worship experience called Forward. He comes to Atlanta every single month. It's a packed out house, man. I went there and we worshiped, man, and he gave a powerful message. The man of God was just ministering to us. And then at the end, man, the worship team sang this song, Forever Holy. Why have I listened to that song 30 times over the weekend? Listened to it 6 times today, right? It's just really been filling in my spirit, man. And so took the kids, got some food, dropped them off for my folks. Me and Tracy was kicking it yesterday. I did the Sunday training, went to the gym. And so I just been kind of just relaxing and recouping, but I'm ready for the week and I'm ready to give you a word today. So check this out. Like today, we're going to talk about the importance of operating in assignment. I believe that all of us have been given an assignment. All of us have been given a gift and a calling. There is something or someone that you're assigned to. You're assigned to, and we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about today. I'm excited for all of y'all that plan on coming to the conference, for all of y'all that plan on tapping in with us, man. It is going to be an exceptional and phenomenal experience. Executive is sold out. So I just want to update you. For those of y'all that was looking for an executive ticket, executive is sold out. So sorry, but not sorry. I've been pushing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? It's like I've been pushing and promoting a lot. And so it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I got a feeling that either general admission or VIP will be the next to go in a couple of days. But, you know, me and my wife, we've been praying and we just really believe like whoever's supposed to be in the building, gonna be in the building. So I just had to release that anxiety and pressure of, because these are major conferences, these are major events. And God said, it's not your responsibility to fill the place. It's just your responsibility to make sure that everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for what's about to take place today. And I'm excited for you. Our purpose here is just to add value to you and help you go to a whole nother level. This is Next Level Talks. Today we got something special for you. Let's get it. You go out here and you claim your seat.
Oh, I just touched down, now it's time to celebrate. Super Bowl in Vegas, this where the big steppers play. My whole squad will paint the town, but they don't decorate. And my work a bit excessive, check my resume. Keep it a C note, if I'm speaking, I'm the keynote. Super Bowl in Vegas, this where the big steppers play. My whole squad will paint the town, but they don't decorate. And my work a bit excessive, check my resume. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh. Dance, 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 dance.
Yeah, come on. Welcome to another episode, man, of Next Level Talks. I'm excited. All right, look, y'all talk to me. I want to shout y'all out. What's up, Sean? What's up, Dr. Susie? What's up, Dr. Dar? What's up, Tasha? What's up, Jasmine? What's up, Ray? Come on, y'all talk to me. Give me a good morning in the chat. What's up, Robin? What's up, Carla on the West Coast? The best coast, you know what I'm saying? Andrea, Jacqueline, Derek, Ray, Randolph, Tasha, Simeon. I'm trying to look at these names. Robin, Pam Hooks. What's up, y'all? Brandy, man, good. Hope for humanity. Good morning, everybody. Glad y'all tapped in with us. So y'all know, here at the Next Level Talks, we'd like to highlight a member of our Next Level Speakers Academy, right? Now, when we highlight these members, we highlight those who are making impact and income, right? So some week it might be somebody that's making impact and is showing the great work that they're doing and what they're producing. And then some weeks we might highlight somebody that's making income, and we celebrate both. We celebrate both. Like the majority of the people that join our community, their energy is like, man, Jeremy, I'm not even really worried about the money per se. I just want to make an impact. And those are people I like to help secure the bag because their hearts are in the right place. You feel me? So today we want to shout out our very own Dr. Akia Keith. She has published her second book, y'all. Come on, y'all. We write books and make an impact out here. So y'all show her some love. She is also our Atlanta chapter president. A phenomenal leader, a phenomenal woman of God. Shout out to Dr. Akia Keith for writing her second book. We celebrate you, sis. Super duper proud of you. She's an amazing leader. She's an amazing speaker. She's got a super heart, a super energy. Like she is something special. You know what I'm saying? And so shout out to you, Akia. Congratulations on writing and finishing your second book. Now, here's the reality. That book was her assignment. God gave her the book and was just like, this is your assignment, you know? And so I promise you, when I was in school, when I was studying in college and in grad school, and our guest today actually got his PhD and he could talk about it too, right? Like we have multiple assignments. So my initial assignment was like to husband. My next assignment was like to be a father. My next assignment was like I'm assigned to as an elder of my church, Madison Mission. My next assignment was just like, okay, now I'm gonna be the youth and young adult outreach leader. Then my next assignment was to speak. And so I want you all to know, like, it's multiple levels and layers to the assignment. And then my guy added another assignment to me. He was like, okay, Sonny, you all know this, right? He said, years ago, your goal in life, I don't want you to pursue to be the top 10 speaker in the world. I don't want you to pursue that. I want you to be known for training, equipping, supporting, mentoring, coaching, guiding the next generation of speakers. That's my assignment. So because that's my assignment, I mean, I'm tapped in. I'm doing Next Level Talks for free. Got the team in town. We got the whole production just to add value to you. That's the assignment. We doing conferences, which we're going to talk about in a minute. You know what I'm saying? To add value to you, to bless you, to give you a holistic perspective on your assignment. We doing that just to be a blessing to you. Why are we doing it? Because that's the assignment that we have been given. I want to read something to you here. Okay, bet. Our guest said, give us 5. Bet. He said, "T came out. I love it." I want to read some to you here. I got some scriptures to back it here. I got some scriptures here. Romans 11:29. I'm about to mess somebody up. The word of God says, for God's gifts and his calls are irrevocable. One more time. For God's gifts and his calls are irrevocable. You know what this tells us? God doesn't change his mind about our assignment. Once he calls you, the purpose stands. Listen to me. God doesn't change his mind about your assignment. Did that bless you? Somebody put bless in the chat. Some of y'all on here today is like wondering, do I still got my assignment? Do God still want to use me? Duh. Like when he came here on earth, he could have grabbed a bunch of Sadducees and Pharisees and priests and scribes that was like super smart and knew the word and knew the Quran. He could have found them. He was like, no, I'm not looking for them. I'm looking for like the average person that's got some issues, that's got some challenges, because I need my children in 2025 to know I can use them in all they mess and all they filth and all they challenges, and I'm going to show them like I've given you an assignment. Execute the assignment. Whether you are A student, come on. Whether you a B student, come on. Whether you a C student, whether you a D student, just do the assignment. And so for me, y'all, I want to talk to you all today about what it looks like for you to answer the assignment that's on your life. This conference that we put on, the planning and the production and the promoting and the marketing and the research and all that goes into this conference is stressful. Let me tell you right now, Anybody else that says, "Oh, I love doing events. Events are so awesome." It's like, yeah, they're awesome when it actually starts. Like when the doors open and the lights is on the stage and the smoke is going and we swag surfing at the beginning of the day and everybody's excited and filled with energy. Like that's when it feels good. Y'all gonna swag surf, Jerry? You swag surfing this year? She swag surfing. Come on, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy is great when you get to see all the people, but the planning of it is heavy. The planning of it can be stressful. The planning of it can be challenging. And so we are on assignment, which is why we do this. What if I told you I feel in a sense like I've been assigned to you to coach you, to mentor you, to minister to you, to give you game, to give you depth, to give you knowledge, to give you insight. I feel like in a sense, I've been called to minister and pour into you and coach you like you are my assignment, right? Like it's layers to this here. So I want all of you right now, I need all of you thinking like, okay, what exactly is my assignment? Okay, what exactly should I be doing and accomplishing and experiencing in life? Like, what has God called me to? And maybe some of you feel like, yeah, I had an assignment at one point, but then the assignment left me, or I had an assignment at one point, but then things changed, or I had an assignment at one point, but I made some mistakes, or I had an assignment at one point, but then I lost my way, or I had an assignment at one point, but God failed God, and I feel like He don't want to use me anymore. I had an assignment at one point, but I've been shamed into a corner. Listen to me. His word says it clear. I'm gonna read it to you one more time because some of y'all might have missed it. For God's gifts and His calls are irrevocable. That means can't nobody take it away. So regardless of what you've gone through, regardless of your challenges, like your redemption, like his blood still covers it. I promise you. I remember one time I was talking to my grandmama, and for those of y'all that's familiar with my testimony, like you know what I'm about to say. And I was talking to my grandmama, and she told me three things, y'all. She told me three things that completely changed my life. She told me three things that completely changed my life. The first thing she told me, she was like, God still loves you. And I was like, wow, praise God, I receive it. And then she said, God still wants to, God will forgive you for all your sins. And I was like, man, praise God, I receive it. And then she said this here, and this messed me up. I'm sweating already. Lord have mercy. She said something else. Look, she said, God still wants to use you. Aisha, what up, sis? I'm thinking like, he still want to use me. I was like, grandmama, I done did so many crazy things. I done did so many, you know what I'm saying, like wild things. I was like, you think God still? She was like, baby, God still want to use you. And I was like, ooh, wow. So I remember looking down and I remember thinking like, you know what? He can still use me. She was like, yep, don't be so conceited in your sin. I was thinking like, after all the stuff I've done, she was like, yep. So when I look at God's word here, you know what I'm saying? When I look at his word and I'm like, man, his gifts and his calls are irrevocable. It's just like, yep, he doesn't change his mind about you or the assignment. And so now for you, you got to execute the assignment. Some of you all might be winning in work, or you might be winning in business, but you might be failing in assignment. So ultimately, you might be failing in life. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk about answering the assignment, I'm literally like asking myself, okay, God, who am I assigned to? Who do you want me to add value to? Who do you want me to be a blessing to? Who do you want me to minister to? Who do you want me to pour into? Who do you want me to encourage, right? Like that's the reality, right? Like I'm just thinking like, God, who am I assigned to? So some of you all might already know. If you know, just put in the chat real quick. Put it in the chat who you are assigned to. Put it in the chat real quick who you are assigned to. Yeah. Who has God called you to connect with? Who has he called you to minister to with? Who has he called you to pour into? Who has he called you to coach or mentor? Who does he called you, you know what I'm saying, to add value? Who has he called you to be a blessing to? Who has he called you to testify with? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. The masses, I like that. But I want to, come on, but I want you to be a bit more, I want you to be a bit more dialed in. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause my assignment, my assignment could be to the masses, but I know there are specific groups and pockets of people that God want me to minister to lost souls. Okay, yep. Foster youth, College bound student leaders and educators who work with them. Yep. Young women in prison. Yep. I like that. Veterinarian industry. I'm excited to the youth and emerging leaders. Come on, let me get that tight. My assignment is to older women 55 and 70. What up, Derek Lamar, Gen Z, Dewan? What it do, Brody? The broken. Come on, Natasha. Natasha said the broken. Just give me the broken babies. Just give me the broken people. Just give me those with broken spirit. Like, who have you been assigned to? The addiction, the loss, the broken, my family, women leaders, my daughter, Christian men in their 30s. Like, you got to ask yourself, who are you assigned to? And then answer the assignment, answer the calling. And now, for oftentimes, what the enemy will try to do is he will try to get you delayed. He will try to get you distracted. He will try to get you discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Bring our guest on whenever he ready. Ain't nobody tripping. We've been flowing like this. Well, I've been
Oh
Scotty.
yeah.
I've
We
been
here.
Scotty and,
Oh,
and
we here,
Jana.
bro.
What up, y'all?
We
Y'all
here.
put ET in the
What up?
chat.
How you feeling, fam?
Man, good, man. Good to see you.
Likewise.
Ooh.
Hey, so let me just say this to y'all real quick. I'm actually on vacation right now, and that's a part of the assignment.
Mhm.
All right, that's a part of the assignment. And somebody on my squad was like, E, come back better. Right. So resting in this season is a part of the assignment. Right. So it's like, we left Cali and we were there for an appointed hour. That was an assignment. That was Didi has MS. She has a vitamin D deficiency. In the wintertime, Michigan don't have a lot of sun. We actually went to California. And for those of you who heard the testimony, we went to her physician. The physician was like, you got to stop taking your vitamin D pills because you have too much vitamin D in your body. Right. And that was because we were in San Diego and she was getting that sun. So she didn't need to be on her pills in the way she did generally when we grew up in Michigan. Right. And so the first thing I need you to understand is that, oh man, and I say this, just get this in y'all, Shannon. That I promise you, all the stuff that you dream about, the life you want to live, all of it is in the assignment. There's going to be a piece that you get in the assignment that you cannot get if you buy a beautiful home, if you buy a beautiful car, if you attach to a human. Actually, if you have a wife or a husband, if you have a house and you have a car and you're not in your assignment, those things are not even going to feel the way they should feel. Just being real with you. Nothing works without the assignment. It's like making cake without flour. It's like making a pancake without flour. Like it's like making bread without flour. Like you can't do it, right? And so when you were born, God put you on this earth for an assignment. That's why he put you here. So I got a truck. I drive the truck. Okay. You say what does that mean? I brought my truck as an assignment. It's supposed to get me and my family around. It's transportation. I bought a Ninja blender. I just brought it with me here on vacation, and it's supposed to help me make my smoothies. It has an assignment. I don't use my blender to drive. I don't use my Escalade to make smoothies. Okay, y'all probably missing it. It's so simple. I, I bought them and they have an assignment and they're useless to me. The Escalade that I have in California, my daughter was using that to go to work and she said it got a flat tire. I had to fix the flat for my daughter. Why? Because the Escalade was useless if it can't drive her around. It's useless. I don't care what kind of car it is. I don't care if it's got XM radio on the inside, it got a massage chair, it got a sunroof. It doesn't matter. If the Escalade cannot get my daughter from point A to point B, it's useless. You are useless to God. You are useless to humanity. You're useless to yourself if you are not in your assignment. You got to understand that. And the reason why I say that is because if people would put the same energy men put on getting a woman, bro, I'm just being real. If the way dudes chase women, if you was to chase your assignment like that, crazy, crazy. The way women chase whatever they chase, I don't know what y'all chase. Whatever you chase, if you were to chase your assignment, so number two, okay, I'm sorry, maybe you didn't catch number one. Number one, figure out what your assignment is. Number two, when you figure it out, chase that thing and do that thing. Chase that thing and do that thing. Man, we had a bro sing at church the other day. And when I tell you, that brother Bernard, when I tell you, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you don't just have a voice.
Come on.
You're literally chasing being the best version of yourself you could be. I'm like, bro, I heard singing before, y'all.
Yeah.
I went to Oakwood. I done heard singing before. Like, I can say some names,
Yeah.
and the industry know who I'm talking about. Bunk people at the school know. The industry know these people. I know people who say they didn't want Grammys, they didn't want other kind of award. Bro, when I heard this man sing,
Come on.
I was like, oh, okay, yep, he's not just singing, he's chasing his assignment. He is
Yes.
very okay. So I should have said number two the way the young people say it. You know, remember the viral video? He knew the assignment.
Mhm.
Some of y'all, you don't know the assignment. You don't know the assignment. You trying to
Yeah.
get a house and a car and a girl and this and that, trying to have kids. Listen to me. Once you get the assignment, you start attracting people that you could never attract if you weren't on assignment. Oh, come on, somebody, you missed what I just said. I want to say it one more time. There are people that you're going to meet that you will only meet in the assignment. There's money you're going to make that you will only make in the assignment. Oh, you're not hearing me. There are opportunities you only going to get when you in your assignments. They're not going to come no other kind of way. Bro, bro, I got so many deals, like I'm turning most of them down. 99.9 I'm turning down. I got one that I'm hoping God ain't gonna let me turn down. I'm hoping he gonna let me do this one, right? But the amount of money that these people are talking, and guess what? I don't have to do anything. That's the way you know too that it's the Holy Ghost, because when you got to do too much work, you're not. My Escalade ain't got to do no work to drive me around. It don't got to do no work. That blender, it don't got to do nothing. It worked in Michigan. I brought that joker with me. It's working here, y'all. It's crazy. It's working here like it work at the crib. It don't take nothing extra. I didn't need no adapter. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't need more electricity. I plugged that joke up. It did exactly here what it did back in Michigan. It did exactly here what it do in California. I'm trying to tell you, figure out what the assignment is, chase the assignment, chase it down, chase the assignment down. Okay. You being disrespectful. Where were you? We was looking for you. Did you not know? I was about my father's business. I was on assignment. What all that stuff y'all talking about? That don't got nothing to do with me. All that stuff y'all talking about, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's y'all little traditions and y'all little expectations and little stuff y'all on. That don't got nothing to do with it. We were looking for you for 3 days. Where were you? Why was you even looking for me for 3 days? I was about my father's business. Y'all was the ones that was lost. You looking for me. You should have been doing what you're supposed to be doing. I was about my father's business. That's what I was doing. And you know when you do it, because he'll go, lo and behold, this is my son in whom I am well pleased. That's the last one. That's the one you're trying to figure out right there.
That's it.
That's the one you're trying to get to right there. You trying to get to the, you trying to get to the end. Okay, please listen. Whoever assigned you, whoever equipped you, whoever you trying to, okay, somebody asked Joker, y'all, watch this. Somebody asked Joker, who's been an MVP. He won the MVP. He won the NBA title before. Somebody asked my man, you think y'all got the team to, because they lost the other day. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you think you got the team to make it to the NBA final? He said, apparently not. He said, apparently not. We just got, apparently we don't. We just got knocked out the final, the Western Conference. We didn't make it. We don't, apparently we're not team. Like, what are you asking me? What are you saying? Of course we not the squad. Which means what? They're going to have to make some adjustments in the offseason. Listen to me. Here go the final one. Whoever paid you to beat, whoever picked you, okay, we know God picked you, right? But do me a huge favor. This is the last one, y'all. Give the person who birthed you, give the person who gifted you with whatever gifts you have, give the person who covering you, who looking out for you. Do me a huge favor. Give him a return on his investment. Give him a return on his investment. Apparently, all that money the Denver Nuggets spent, they didn't spend the right money. They didn't get the right people. Because they trying to win a championship and they haven't won another one. They won one. They haven't been. They got rid of. They fired their coach. Now you fired your coach. Okay, I hope these jokers, whoever got him fired, they better. They didn't fire the coach and they ain't go to the championship. It must not be the coach. It can't be the coach. You got rid of him and you still hooping and you didn't win the. And so I just want to say to somebody, get a return. Get a return.
Yeah.
We woke up this morning and wifey opened up and she came out and she looked at the water and she was like, oh, I gave her smoothie this morning. She came out. She said, thank you for this vacation. I didn't even know that I needed it. Listen to me. I just heard, well done. It's gonna be it's gonna be a good week. I heard well done.
I heard some just now when she said, I didn't even know I needed it. Yeah. Before you go, and I appreciate you jumping in the last one. Y'all, I called E. I promise y'all I called the big homie, man, the guy 5 minutes before we went live. So I appreciate you tapping in.
Of course.
Talk to the folks that don't even know they need to be at the conference. Like Didi said, man, I didn't even realize I needed this vacation. Talk to the people that might not even realize how much they need this.
If you're not where you want to be, you need to be at the conference. If you're looking at anybody at the hey, bro, Candace did this exercise for the next level speakers. I mean, the I don't even know what it's called. Take control. Watch this.
Okay.
Bruh, she put up a screen, right, that had an image on it. And she said, how many of y'all in the room see one image? Bro, I promise you, 70% of the room raise their hand. She said, how many of y'all see two images? 30% of the people raise their hand. She gave it about 5 minutes. She was like, how many of y'all see two images? Everybody raise their hand. Okay, y'all got to catch it. Now, you might have missed it. I might have said it too fast. The people who only saw one image because they could only recognize one image. But when they were surrounded by people who saw two images and realized that there were two images, the people who only saw one image saw immediately two images. Why? Because they were in the room with people who saw two images.
That's good.
Y'all, you missed what I just said. Why you need to be in it? Because you only see one image. You need to be in the conference because there's some of us who've been doing it and we see multiple images.
Come on.
And listen to me very closely. The people who saw one image did not have to have the people who saw two images tell them what the image was. They only had to tell them there was another image.
That's it.
And they freed them up and gave them an opportunity to see what they never saw before.
That's it.
Just being in the room. Just being in the room, you're going
to
see
in the
two
room.
Images. You're going to see three images. You're going to see four. Let me get out here before I get in trouble, man.
Love you, man. Holla at you, bro. Man. So look, you heard it, right? Like when we talk about the assignment, the conference is a part of our assignment, right? We knew, like, man, people have an assignment. There is more that they want to accomplish. There is more that they want to achieve. There is more that they want to experience. And so we put together the conference June 6th through 8th right here in Atlanta, Georgia. For those of y'all that's interested, and for those of y'all that's like in the chat, like, well, where's the conference? When's it at? nextlevelspeakersconference.com. The link they'll put in the chat in just a minute. But again, we're talking about answering the assignment, answering the call that was on your life. And so for me, my assignment, my calling in life is not just to speak, but it is to speak life and help others find their assignment and calling. Right? Like I'm on some discipleship stuff. I'm trying to figure out how many people can I bless so that they can bless more people and they can bless more people. And that's how we change the world. It's billions of people in the world. I'm trying to influence as many people as possible, right? So my assignment is helping individuals like you find your assignment. Does that make sense? And so you want to be intentional about chasing the assignment. Now, when I think about an assignment in school, sometimes you got to do homework. You got to tap in and do your homework and do your studying to make sure you are efficient in your assignment. So the same way back in the day when you was in high school, middle school, college, you had assignment, grad school. For those of y'all that's getting your PhD or gotten your PhD or doctorate degree, like you had assignments, but you had to do some studying. You had to do some research. It's the same way when it comes to this. right? That's why people invest in the community. They invest in the academy. They invest in a chapter meetup. They invest in the mastermind. They invest in the conference because they say, I have an assignment, but let me do my research so I can fulfill my assignment, so I can turn my assignment in. So my professor, AKA God, says, well done, my good and faithful servant. Let me tell you why I was making F's and D's and C's in high school. Can I tell y'all why? Before I had an epiphany, before I went to the next level. Can I tell you why I went to 3 different schools for the 9th grade? And why I kept failing and getting kicked out is because I wasn't handling my assignments. Literally, I was not turning in my assignments. Literally, I was not handling my business. Literally, I was not doing what I was called to do. I was called to go to school, to do work, to be taught, to turn in my assignment. I wasn't doing it, and I was failing in life, and I was failing in school. And you know what happened? Is I got distracted. You know what happened? Procrastination. Yeah. So think about it. Like the reason why I was making F's and C's and D's, it's not because I wasn't smart. It's not because I didn't have the intellect. It wasn't because I could not learn. It's because I was easily distracted. It's because I was procrastinating. It's because I was putting things off on the back burner and I wasn't making my school a priority. And so some of you are not answering the call, or maybe you're not answering the call, the assignment that's on your life because you're still easily distracted, or you're allowing yourself to get discouraged, or you're procrastinating the purpose that God has for you. Right. And so you got to ask yourself, like, okay, what's stopping me from growing? What's stopping me from going to the next level? What's stopping me from executing? If you have a coach, you got a mentor, and they tell you to play to run the play. There are people I work with. There are people I know. I tell them exactly what to do. Most of them do it and they experience success. And then we double back and figure out, okay, what could we have done differently? What are tweaks do we got to make, right? Like, it's like I'm like a teacher. I'm like a coach mentor. I'm also like a tutor. Like, I'm going to help you accomplish your assignment. But I want you all to know something, right? The enemy. Listen to me. I remember one time when I was in school. I was like, man, let me go to class, you know what I'm saying? Like, see what the teacher talk about. You know what I'm saying? She was fine too. I ain't gonna lie. She was fine too. I had a big crush on her. So I was like, I'm going to class today. You know what I'm saying? And I was on the way to class and I had my book bag with me. And one of my homeboys, Emery, was in the hallway. He was like, Jay, what up? I'm like, what up, boy? He's like, hey, bro, we about to go to the gym. You trying to roll with me? I was like, man, I'm probably going to class. He was like, come on, man. Come on and roll with me, dog. And I was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And so we roll and we go to the gym. Then we go to a skip party at somebody's house. And again, not in class, not handling and turning in my assignment. What if I told you the enemy is in the hallway of life? Saying, come on, Veronica, what you doing, girl? Let's come over here and kick it. The enemy is in the hall room of life. Hey, what's up, Sabrina? Girl, come over here and just hang out with us real quick. The enemy is in the hall room, the hallway of life. Say, man, Patrick, man, come over here, man. Let's just kick it real quick, dog. It ain't that deep. Some of you all have been putting your calling, your purpose, your assignment on the back burner. You have been easily distracted. You are easily telling yourselves why it can't work, and you are not going all in. When I believe in the spirit, God wants you to be a scholar. In the spirit, God wants you to be magna sum cum laude. In the spirit, he wants you to graduate with honors. All right, what is stopping you from handling your assignment? For me, I wasn't focused on purpose. I wasn't focused on assignment. I was just trying to get by. I did not value people. I did not value God. I was on some disobedient stuff. I want to just kind of do my thing. And I got to a point where I was just like, man, you made me. You have a plan for me. I'm about to read something for you here. You have a plan for me. Jeremiah 1:5. It's okay. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Y'all familiar with it? You can type it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as the prophets of the nation. This here shows us that God gives each one of us an assignment even before we've been called to birth. If you're not sure what your assignment is, tap in with God. I talk to folks all the time. They're like, bruh, I'm really trying to figure out, like, what's my assignment? What's my purpose in life? I got some of my homeboys I went to school with. They adults, like, they in their 40s, and they like, bruh, I'm 40 years old. I just got a job. I'm trying to figure out what my assignment is. I'm trying to figure out what my calling is. I'm trying to figure out what my purpose is. I have no clue. You know what I tell people that come to me and say that? Is I'm like, I need you to do two things, right? I need you to get in alignment with God, because he's the one that gave you the purpose. He's the one that gave you the assignment. He's the one that has called you, but get in alignment with him. Because what's going to happen is you just looking like, okay, what should I be doing? Ultimately, you should be connected with God. Like when the Sadducees, the Pharisees, even the disciples asked Jesus, like, which one of these commandments is the greatest? He was like, how about this here? Y'all looking at all these rules. Love your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. He's like, let's just start right there. Just love your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. So for those of you that's like, I'm trying to find my purpose, love God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. Tap in with the one who created you. And then once y'all begin to build that connection, and once y'all have that union, and once y'all are in one accord with one another, now he's like, I can trust you with the assignment. Because if he give it to you now, you might not even hear him. Or he might have gave it to you, but his word says, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. But maybe you wasn't really his sheep because you wasn't really tapped in, and he been told you, but you didn't even hear it. But as you get connected with him, and as you tie in with him, and as you build relationships with him, and you create intimacy with him, he can begin to reveal things to you. Then he will release to you what the calling, your purpose in life is. What he's not going to do is keep it from you. Why would somebody do that? Why, as a father, why would I keep something from Jackson? Why would I keep something from Jewel? It's like, no, this is what I have for you, baby. I'm going to give it to you. Can I trust you with it? Are you going to steward it correctly? Okay, you're not ready for this responsibility yet. You're not ready to take up this mantle. So you need to clear some things up about your life. You need to make some adjustments and some edits on your character. Okay, you're mature and trustworthy. Now I can give you this assignment. It's the same way with God. For those of you that's like, I'm trying to figure out my assignment. For those of y'all that's like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do? For those of y'all that's like, I'm kind of all over the place and I'm looking at what's my purpose in life. I get it. Praise God that you're even asking that question. Can I take a moment to celebrate you? Can I take a moment to celebrate you? The fact that you're even saying, God, what more do you have for me? Do you know how much of a blessing that is? Do you know how many people right now wake up on planet Earth and they just go to job and they go to work and they just do what they do and they just do their job and they just pay their bills and they just get by in life, but they're not even looking for a deeper sense of purpose. They feel like they just been made for a job, or they just been made for their career, or they just been made for their 9 to 5, and they don't even realize that there is a purpose for them. So for those of y'all that's not sure what your purpose or what your calling or what your assignment is, but you have a longing for it, that is amazing. I remember one of my homeboys hit me probably about 5 years ago. My man was like, yo, Jay, he was like, bruh, I'm struggling. He was like, I feel so distant from God. I don't feel the connection. I'm not hearing his voice. I feel so far from God. And my man was just broke down. Like his spirit was just like, Jay, I'm struggling. I feel far from God. I feel like a wretch. I need to get back connected with him, blah, blah, blah. You know what I told him? I was like, yo, praise God, bro. I'm proud of you. He was like, bro, did you hear what I said? I don't feel God's connection. I don't feel close to him. I feel far. Like I've been tripping. I've been wilding. I turned my back. I was just like, I said, my brother, the reason why I'm saying congratulations is the fact that you even realize there's a void of the presence of God in your life. How dangerous is it if you're going through God and he's not present in your life and you ain't even tripping about it? Come on, y'all talk to me in the chat. I'm like, bruh, imagine you going through life and you don't have the presence of God and you're not even longing for it. I said, happy is the man that it's just like, wow, I don't feel the presence of God, but I want his presence. Like, I want him to be with me. I want him to order my steps. Like, I want to hear his voice again. I don't feel as close as I used to. That's a beautiful thing that you even have the longing. So for those of y'all that might feel weird or discouraged, like, man, I don't know what my calling or my purpose is, the fact that you have a desire for it is a beautiful thing. I'm about to get ready to come to y'all's questions. So I want your questions on assignment. I want your questions on the speaking industry, any tips, marketing, conference, like whatever questions you have. I'm about to come to your questions in about 2-3 minutes, but I want to put a bow on this thing called answering the assignment. We all have a calling. We all have a purpose. We all have been assigned to a group of people, an industry, an audience. We have been assigned to that. But before we be assigned to the world, what current assignments has God given you? So before I was assigned to the world, God was just like, okay, I'm going to assign you to sobriety. I'm going to assign you to being sober. I'm going to assign you as a husband. I'm going to assign you as an elder. I'm going to assign you as a youth leader. Now I'm going to give you your next assignment. What if I told you you don't never finish school? What if there are people right now that got their PhD and now they're getting a certification, and then they might go back and get their master's, and then they might go and get some other type of certification or some other type of, like, you can continue to grow. You can continue to learn. I know people that have gotten 2 PhDs. They might have a PhD in psychology and a PhD in education. I know folks that got 2, 3 different master degrees. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality. Right? I know people who have multiple bachelor's degrees. Tracy got like 3 degrees, bachelor's and master's. Like, so there are going to be more assignments that has been given to you. And so when you think about that ultimate assignment, like your ultimate life's purpose, I've been assigned to my team, right? I've been assigned to you all as a community. I've been assigned to the people that I speak to. I've been assigned to my family. Like, there are a lot of different multiple assignments. You might get now here's the reality. When you're in school, you have a math assignment, you're gonna get an English assignment, you're gonna get a world lit or history assignment, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a psychology assignment, you're gonna get a physics assignment. Like, you're gonna have multiple assignments for where you are in your life. I need you to answer the assignment. And for some of you, you're like, yep, I've done this, I've done that, I got my family, I got my spouse, I got this secure, I'm figuring this out. But now my life's purpose, like higher level, right? It's a duality here, right? Like, one of my purposes is my family, like wife and kids. Like, so that's something I've been called to. Like, that's my first assignment. I don't know who needs to hear that. That's my first assignment. Shout out to B-Rad, my brother B-Rad, super proud of him. He was platinum. He won the Platinum Award. So the Platinum Award is everybody in our community that makes $50,000 to $99,000 in a year. He won the Platinum Award in 2022. And then in 2023, he won the Platinum Award again. The Diamond Award is the next step. Diamond Award is when you make $100,000 up to $249,000. So I remember Brad called me and was like, yo, coach, I'm probably gonna be at platinum for the 2nd year in a row. And I'm like, that ain't bad, bro. $50K to $99,000 a year is not bad. I was like, but what happened? Because we Next Level Speakers Academy. So we want to help you grow and scale to the next level. He says, watch this, talking about assignment, talking about who you've been assigned to. Brad, my brother said, man, my wife had a rough pregnancy and she gave birth to our son. And he said, I feel like God was telling me to do as much as I could work-wise in 6 months and take the next 6 months off to stay home with my family. So my man said he made $70,000 in 6 months and took the next 6 months off to be home with his wife and his newborn baby. Come on, somebody. Like, y'all put some hearts in the chat. My man said my assignment, yes, it's to schools, it's to young people, but my first assignment is to my wife. My first assignment is to my child, right? My first assignment is to my home. And so my man said, I could have made diamond and been a diamond speaker, but my wife would have been depressed. I could have been a diamond speaker, but my wife would have been discouraged. I could have been a diamond speaker, but my wife would have had doubt because she's here alone with the child. So I'm gonna make all I can make in 6 months. Oh, the baby's here, I'm staying home. I'm rubbing coconut oil on your ankles because they were swollen, and I'm gonna help nurse you. Well, he not gonna help nurse, but she gonna pump, and he gonna put the milk in the bottle, and he gonna change diapers. Come on, y'all. He realized his assignment was more than just those people he was called to. His first assignment was his family. Come on, y'all. I want you to prosper in every aspect of life: finances, fitness, health, relationships, the purpose, calling, speaking, all of that. So let me transition us here. He realized his assignment. I told Brad, I said, Brad, you might not be a diamond speaker in 2023. I said, but you a diamond husband. Come on. I said, but you a diamond father. You know what I'm saying? I said, but you a diamond, you just not a diamond speaker. And guess what happened in 2024? Y'all want to know what happened in 2024? My man became diamond. Yep, he cleared that 6 figures, yep, for the next year and jumped back on stage, and we were all able to celebrate him. And he came on stage with his baby boy, his son, taking a picture with me and E.T. Yeah, because he answered the assignment. I want to challenge you to answer the assignment. Shout out to those of y'all like Chris. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to the woman of God. Chris was like, you know what? I hope you don't mind me sharing, Chris. I'm about to get in trouble. I won't say the last name because it could be Chris. You know what I'm saying? But the woman of God was just like, my assignment is to my family. I'm doing a lot with the community and a lot with the church group and a lot with my community and a lot with the civic leaders, you know what I'm saying? And a lot with the aldermen and city council members. She's like, I'm doing a lot, but my assignment In this season, she was like, I'm gonna step down from this, I'm gonna step down from this, and I'm gonna step down from this. But what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna step down from my husband, I'm not gonna step down from my kids, I'm not gonna step down to my ultimate assignment of speaking and helping folks with wellness. Y'all hearing me? So sometimes you gotta step back. Sometimes you might be doing a whole bunch of different things, and it's like, okay, that's not even required of you right now. You out here doing a book report that was never even required. You out here doing other things that wasn't even required. Stick to your main assignment and do that and do it well. You might have to drop some classes. You might have to drop some electives. I promise you, I remember when I was in school, in grad school, I was like, let me drop some of these classes because this is getting in the way of the ultimate classes. I need these classes to graduate. These is like extracurricular. Like these is cool and fun. Like I'm kind of intrigued, but this is getting in the way of my ultimate assignment. This is what I need to graduate. This is what I need to march across that stage. So I'm gonna cut out all this extra stuff and I'm gonna focus on my ultimate assignment. For those of y'all that's not clear what your assignment is, get tapped in with the one who made you, with the one who's going to give you that assignment. And as you build that relationship and you build that connection and you hear his voice and you surround yourself with wise and positive people, they will be able to speak life into you and help to order your steps and to give you wisdom and counsel and insight. Your assignment is bigger than you. Your assignment is so amazing and it's so necessary and so profound. Your assignment is waiting for you. It's waiting for you to answer the call. And I believe when you do that, there's a whole nother level that God is going to take you to. There's a whole nother level that he's going to shift you to. There's so many doors that's going to open. There's opportunities that's going to come your way. There's breakthroughs that's going to happen. It's about to get very, very, very interesting once you answer the assignment that God has given you. All right, come on with these questions. Come on with these questions. Come on with these questions. Where we at? Y'all ready? They putting questions in there? Okay, good. Let's go.
Tish would like to know, how have you been able to distinguish between an assignment and a distraction? And then when do you know you have completed an assignment and it's time to move on to the next?
So I'm gonna tackle the first part of the question. How are you able to distinguish between an assignment and a distraction? If it's not feeding your assignment. So once you identify, Tish, okay, these are the people I'm assigned to. This is what I'm assigned to. All these extra things I'm doing, does it support that? If not, then that's a distraction. For instance, right? For my first 10 years or so in speaking, I had about a whole decade when I was completely locked in the educational space. I knew, Tish, that my assignment at that season was to pour into young kids, middle school, high school, you know what I'm saying? Like to minister, to pour into them, to motivate them. That was my assignment. Same thing with teachers, because I realized teachers have so much of an influence on those kids. So that was my assignment. So my assignment was to them. So what did I do? I created the Next Level Teaching podcast. I wrote the Next Level Teaching book. I wrote newsletters put together, right? That was feeding my assignment. Some extra things I did outside of speaking to kids. I'm gonna grab the microphone and speak. I'm gonna be in the gym. I'm gonna be in the cafeteria. I'm gonna be in the auditorium at the assembly speaking. I'm gonna grab that microphone and speak. I'm gonna do that now. But because I was assigned to them, I also put together a Next Level Student video series, our Next Level Student curriculum, the Next Level Student show. Like there are extra things I did because it fed the assignment. So Tish, you and everyone else just gotta really ask yourself, like, when it comes to some of these extra things you're doing, does it support your assignment? If not, ask yourself, does it support you? I don't want to be that person that says only do things that's gonna, no, you might do some stuff that's fun, you might do some stuff that's cool, you might do some stuff that's relaxing. My boy, my brother, my friend, Dewan told me a few years ago, he said, Jeremy, you stressed, you under a lot of pressure, you gotta take care of yourself. He literally said, find 2 things that you can do every week that brings you peace, that brings you comfort, that brings you solace, you know what I'm saying, that puts you in a state of tranquility. Find that something that you can do by yourself and do that twice a week, right? So Tish, I'm not saying everything you do should go towards the assignment. Or if there's some extra things you're doing, as long as it's assigned to taking care of your heart, it's assigned to taking care of your mind. It might be working out, it might be yoga, it might be the sauna, it might be going for a swim. You know what I'm saying? Like those extra things that you can do to take care of your mentals, you do that because you were assigned to yourself, your body, your mind, right? But that other assignment, when you've been assigned to people to minister, to coach, to pour into them, you want to make sure that that is feeding that right there. So for me, watch this. So for me, I knew when I grabbed that microphone, I could help people go to the next level and I could bless people in the crowd. But God revealed to me, yes, but for you, son, not for others, but for you, you're going to do even more than that. You're going to help other people grab that microphone because your assignment is even bigger. And now you're going to help more people go to that next level, right? And so the other question is, when do you know you have completed an assignment and it's time to move on to the next? That's a hard question, right? You gotta kind of just know. You gotta really be in prayer about it. Because there are some times where God will close the door and He will push you out of a season that you're comfortable in. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like there are times where God will push you out of a season that you are comfortable in, right? And then there are times when, you know what I'm saying, you will feel like it's time for me to move on and transition. And so that's just something where you gotta really pray for discernment. You gotta really pray for wisdom, and then you want to surround yourself with powerful, spirit-filled people who have been there and done that, where you can glean to them, because the word says that there is safety in a multitude of counsel. So the more people you surround yourself with, like the better off you put yourself in when it comes to making decisions, right? And so when you know when it's time to move on to the next, you'll kind of know, like, okay, my assignment is done. This chapter is over. I'm ready now to transition into a new season. I'm ready now to transition to a new place. I'm ready now to transition to a new assignment. Like you'll know when that time comes. And so for you, you got to just make it a matter of prayer. And it's the same with me. And I've been asking God, like, God, was I off on this? Like, look, let me tell you something. We're going to be questioning that till the Lord comes, right? It's like, God, did you tell me to do this? Or was I trying to do that? So that's why we got to take the time to pray. We got to take the time to fast, to really figure out, okay, God, what are you saying in this new season? We got to seek wise counsel, to have people confirm, you know what I'm saying, what it is that we feel God is telling us to do. And then we move boldly forward. Move boldly forward. And that's something that sometimes can be fearful. It can be a little challenging. It can be a little frustrating. It can be a little scary. But I want to encourage all of you to move boldly forward. When you know what you should do, you move boldly forward and make it happen. All right, great question, Tish. Who we got next? Yeah. All right, it's all good. They coming on camera. In the meantime, till y'all get that right, um, how do you get over imposter syndrome being in the middle of who you are while working on who you are, while working on you, while you supposed okay, one more time. How do you get over imposter syndrome? That's the first one. Being in the middle of who you were while working on becoming who you're supposed to be. I find myself stalling because I don't feel qualified for the next level. Oh, oh. So Anna, cause see, that's a loaded question, right? Because there's a lot of ambiguity here. I'm not exactly sure, what was causing you to pause, what's been causing you to wait, what's been causing you to not move forward, right? And so let me just address the first question. How do you get over imposter syndrome? I think when you realize that you've been called, like that initial scripture I gave you, like God, He's not going to irrevoke. He's not going to take back that calling that He's given you, right? Like there's still an assignment He wants you to do. And so sometimes that imposter syndrome comes from, relationships we've had. It comes from how our spouses might have raised us, how they spoke life into us or discouraged us. Like, what I'm saying, the traumas you maybe went through, maybe you're still dealing with some baggage. Maybe you don't feel like you're good enough. I know, literally known people who have sabotaged themselves out of success because they almost fear success. Like that imposter syndrome thing can be a lot. And I think a lot of people deal with it. I've even dealt with it. I've had some opportunities where I'm just like, man, should I really be on the stage? Like, should I be doing this? Like, maybe God is really calling somebody else. Like, I don't know if I'm even qualified or worthy of this. And then I have to remind myself, like, God don't call the qualified. He qualifies the call. God is like, how about you believe all this stuff you be preaching, Jay? So I think that mindset there will help you get over imposter syndrome. But the second part of your question, being in the middle of who you were while working on who you're supposed to be, I find myself stalling because I don't feel qualified for the next level. So let me tell you something. You should not be stalling you. I love the fact that you said being in the middle of who I am while I'm working on who I'm supposed to be, you keep on progressing, you keep moving forward, but there's gonna come a time when you feel ready for the next level. Let me tell you something. When I stepped into my new level, when I stepped into this new season, I didn't feel qualified, I felt called. Let me be crystal clear, Anna. I didn't feel qualified like, yeah, I'm about to go in this industry and kill it. But I feel called to the industry, right? The disciples didn't feel qualified. They was just like, bro, we fishermen, bro, we tax collectors. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we out here on some other stuff. We don't feel called. Who are we to sit down with the Sadducees and the Pharisees and go toe to toe for them? They did not feel qualified, but they felt called. So you want to watch that idea of stalling myself because I don't feel qualified, because that's that imposter syndrome, and that's the enemy oftentimes trying to keep you on the sidelines. Let me tell you something. The enemy ain't gonna never propel you. He gonna let me tell you something. The biggest trick of the enemy is to make you question your calling, to question your purpose, and to question whether or not you are worthy to be used by God. That's the biggest lie. That's the biggest trick of the enemy. And I'm ministering to myself right now. He will make you feel like, are you not good enough? Or you made some mistakes? Or you not this or that? Or you not on that level yet? Imposter syndrome. And God was like, man, if you don't tell him, the enemy, to sit down and shut up and go and do what I told you to do, because I didn't call you because you was qualified. Worthy is the lamb that was slain. I called you because I've got an assignment for you. But the problem that we have is we've been looking in the mirror saying, I ain't good enough. And God is like, duh, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Duh, I want to flex my muscle. Duh, I know you're not good enough, but I showed the world how amazing I am because I'm going to do great work through you. Duh, I know you're not good enough. I know you're not sharp enough. I know you're not strong enough. I don't want you to be vain. So I'm going to let you in your weak, frail state stand in the power, stand in the boldness, stand in the glory of me, and watch what I do through you. That way people can't praise Jeremy. They can praise Jeremy's God. Folks be looking at me like, Jay, look at you. I'm like, don't look at me, look at God. I'm like, I'm a wretch. I'm a sinner. I make mistakes. I'm battling depression and frustrations and irritations. I can have all sorts of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a regular human. Ain't nobody out here in the world perfect. So I be telling folks like, bro, don't look at me. Look at the God in me. And so I promise you, for those of y'all that's like imposter syndrome, I'm not qualified. Duh, ain't none of us qualified. But God is. And he is worthy, and he will get the praise, and he will get the credit if we would just humble ourselves, if we would just submit to him, if we would just say, God, not I, but thy will be done. You know what I'm saying? If we get to a point where we's like, man, I give myself away, God. Like when we get to a point where we say, God, whatever you want, like I'm good for it. Like that's that next level. And so I want you all to know, as you're transitioning through life, there are going to be times where you don't feel like you're good enough, you don't feel like you're smart enough, you don't feel like you're talented enough, and God is like, it's okay for you to feel that way, and that's actually accurate, but I want you to walk with boldness. I want your shoulders back. I want your chest up. I want your head up, because I am with you, and I won't leave you nor forsake you. And everything that you do, do it to the glory of me. And God is like, watch me work. Great question, Anna. Go with boldness. You better walk into that next level because you've been called. You might not be qualified, but you've been called. Amen. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. What we got next? Hey.
Hey,
What up, sis? How you doing?
great. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Great to see you too. My question is, I have been feeling called for a little while now. I just want to go out and do it. I'm ready to do it. I just want to ask for some advice if possible. I really want to. I heard you in the past talk about school tours and like putting yourself on when especially when you were beginning and whatnot. Or before you were like hot and people were wanting, to book you and stuff. That's kind of where I am. I'm feeling like I want to put myself on. I've been having some like just blessings. God has blessed me with like a deal with the school district that I'm very, blessed about, but I'm really feeling like either doing a school tour or doing like an event here in my city. There's a lot of community members, a lot of them do philanthropy, a lot of them do charity work, but I want to see this as a sponsorship. I'm not trying to get a charity or a handout. Like I want their stuff to be on the billboards and on the posters and all like the shirts, stuff like that. And there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of people wanting to get into that. I just kind of what you talked about, that imposter syndrome. The more I get deep into my faith, the more God's calling me out and saying, no, time, like, I got you. I'm going to cover you. I would really like appreciate some advice on how to do it. Cause I'm a little like stuck. Like, I don't know how to, like, my first step, what do I do when I reach out to people? I have these connections, I have these relationships with them, but it's like
Right.
me popping back up. Like, this is who I am now.
So what city are you located in?
San Diego.
San Diego. Okay. Major
Mhm.
city, beautiful city.
Mhm.
And so what I would do is I would begin to write out what their ultimate vision is. Take a
Mhm.
couple of days of praying, fasting, really meditating, write down notes. Okay, God, what is the vision? Is it a community block party? Is it a conference? Is it an event, right? Then the next question you got to ask yourself, okay, who are the people I should be serving? Like when the vision that God has given you, like, okay, who are in the audience? Is it families? Is it children? Is it young girls? Like, who is it
Mhm.
that ultimately will benefit from this? And then we reverse engineer. Because if you say, okay, it's high school students, or it's young girls between the ages of 10 and 18, or it's families and it's a community event, like when you figure out, like, okay, these are the people, okay, is it like a block party and you got vendors and you got health screening going on here and you got face painting going on here and you got dietitians here and you got counselors and mental health therapists here and you got some people that does local music and then you got some people that does spoken word on stage and then somebody that can give some motivation to talk about unity, or it's just like, no, this is like a 2-day or a 1-day women's conference or young girls conference or youth revolution where people can come in and minister. You feel me? Like, it's so many different ways where you can take it. But once you realize, okay, this is the vision that God has given me here. These are the people that he wants me to serve. Now what you say is, okay, God, how are you going to fund it? Now you go to the charities. Now you go to the nonprofit organizations. Now you go to the local business owners. Now you go to the different vendors and see who wants to be a sponsor, see who wants to donate. You put together a board, a council of people who have done events in the past, right? So say, God, send me the right type of people to sit on my board, my discovery board, as I kind of figure out to plan this event. Like, give me a team of people who have done this, like some local leaders or some local teachers or principals or the director of the Boys and Girls Club. Like, send some people to me that have done some events in the past or been a part of some events in the past, right? And so what I did when I created my next level students curriculum, I wrote the initial one, but I went to Dr. Joel Boyce, you know what I'm saying? And then I went to, you know what I'm saying, some other folks to help me tweak it to make it curriculum worthy. Then I went and hired a whole bunch of other teachers and PhDs and principals to help me do it in multiple grades. And so the biggest mistake oftentimes we make is we feel like it's all on us, and God is like, nah, I built you a whole army. I've got a whole team of people, but they're going to be following your lead. Right. And so you want to give them a clear vision. This is the clear assignment. This is exactly what you've been calling me to do. These are the people we're supposed to bless. And then you know what community leaders, what nonprofits, what local business owners to tap into to get sponsorship. Now you're going to know, okay, the news stations can come and cover it. The ABC station, you know what I'm saying? The Fox station, you know what I'm saying? The NBC, the local station should come and cover it and then really make it a big thing. Does that make sense? I know that was a lot. I mean, we could have a whole day where we like unpack an event like this, but the first step would be, okay, God, the vision. Who should we be blessing? Do you want this at a school? Do you want it at a community center? Do you want it out in the block party this summer? Like, and who are the people that's going to support it and fund it and then go forward with God? And it could be something as smooth and simple as a
Mhm.
school tour.
Mhm.
And then when you get with that school, you get with that principal that's going to bring you in, and now you line up more schools. I promise you, I remember years ago, I got booked for one school, and then I was just like, let me let the other schools locally know, hey, this is Jeremy Anderson. Lee Smith Middle School booked me to speak. I'm actually creating a tour. Would you like me to add your school to the tour? And me and Ed just adding other schools to the tour. And let me tell you something. You add 2-3 schools, it's a tour. You feel me? Like, you ain't gotta have 8 or 9. It could be 2 or 3 of them suckers. It's a tour, doggone it, because we got more than one stop, which makes it a tour. And so it could be something as simple as that. But whatever you do something. All right.
Mhm.
I'm excited for you. Let's get it.
Thank you, Jeremy.
You're welcome. Be blessed. All right.
Marcus is wondering, what is the most effective way to market my audience? My assignment is to pull purpose out of others, like my purpose was pulled out of me. My greatest fear, public speaking, is now my greatest joy.
Oh, that's rich, Marcus. Man, thank you for sharing that, brother. What's the most effective way to market my audience? What's the most effective way to market to my audience? And my assignment is to pull purpose of others, like my purpose was pulled out of me. Okay, so praise God that your greatest fear, public speaking, is now your greatest joy. That's a beautiful thing to hear. But I have a question for you, Marcus. I'm gonna come back to your question. But my question to you, and just put in the chat, is when you say what's the most effective way to market to your audience, who's your audience? Because that's what it like. If you say your audience was corporate, well, I would have a different marketing plan than if you said it was high school students versus collegiate athletes versus professional sports teams versus a men, saying that you've been called to men. So I think the first question I would have is, if you could put it in the chat real quick, is who is your assignment to? When you say my assignment is to pull purpose out of others, like who? Like what group of people, what audience, what body of people? That's what I would want to know, and then I can kind of guide you from there. So we'll come back to you once you put it in the chat. All right, who we got next? I'm gonna go with Amy Mack here while y'all pull the next one up. Okay, here we go. Thank you. He said young adults 16 to 25. Young adults 16 to 25. Um, so Marcus, here is the thing about 16 to 25. That is such kind of a random, it's kind of like an in-between. Let me tell you what I mean. That is like near the end of high school and then outside of college. You feel me? What makes it cleaner when it comes to your audience and you connecting with people is if you said, 13 to 18, because that's that high school age, right? Or if you said, 19 to 22, because typically when you graduate from high school, you're around 17, 18. So 18, 19, 20, 21. So 18 to 21 at college. So that's 16 to 25. You can do it, but it's like, if you want to reach 16 to 25-year-olds, my first thought is like churches. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like youth and young adults. So you really want to be niche. You want to be a bit more niche with your audience, right? So you might want to ask yourselves like, what if I switch it to high school and college students? Well, now you can do, what I'm saying, individuals that's from 14 to 21 or 22. Does that make sense, bro? So you really want to look at, kind of what that audience is. Because the content that you could create. So when you say, how do I market to my audience? Man, brother, the content that you would create for a 16-year-old is completely different for content that you would create for a 25-year-old. You feel me? Like you got one group that's 16, they just learning how to drive. They, what I'm saying, they going through puberty, like they're in kind of a weird place. Where you're dealing with someone that's 25, they didn't went to high school, they didn't maybe went to college or dropped out or never went to college. They grown, they might have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're talking about young adults. So it's like not even men or women, it's like both. And so you really want to choose a lane. So if you're talking about going into that, okay, he said makes sense, praise God. So if you're talking about going to that faith-based space, well, that's a little different, right? But just know that what a 16-year-old is going through versus what a 25-year-old is going through is completely different. When I'm speaking at a school to some 16, 17, 18-year-olds, 15-year-olds, that's a different message than I'm going to give someone that's in college, or I'm going to give to a group of young adults that are 24, 25, 26. And so you want to figure out, what is that like? So ask God, like, okay, God, let me narrow down and let me niche a bit more into the audience and who I should be ministering and speaking to. And then once you have more clarity there and you're like, okay, that's it, the best way to market yourself is to add value and create content in that space. Add value and create content in that space, whether it's writing a book, you dropping some content on YouTube and videos on TikTok and Instagram reels, like create content and add value to that space. That's the biggest thing for you to market. You want to create content and add value to that space, to that audience. You want to speak directly to those individuals. When I was trying to blow things up, somebody asked, I'm gonna put these two together. Brandon Pinnell says, how do I get schools to book me? I have an EPK website, but feel stuck in terms of reaching out, like cold calling emails. So watch this. So yes, you can reach out, Brandon, but I promise you this here. As you begin to create content, they're going to start reaching out to you. So this is for you too, Brandon. Like, and Marcus, as you create content, they're going to reach out to you. So for me, when I was in the educational space, I was creating videos 2, 3, 4 minutes with B-roll and really powerful music, with me speaking, giving a real powerful, complete thought, because I found that teachers were looking for motivational videos to play to the students, to get their attention, to get them to focus, to help them with behavior, to motivate them. Teachers across America, tens of hundreds of thousands, millions of teachers, right? Because if it's 132,000 school, that means there were millions of teachers in the world. They were looking for something that can get the kids excited, to get the kids pumped up, to get the kids, you know what I'm saying, with some enthusiasm. And so they were looking for motivational videos. So I said, shoot, you don't have a lot of time in class. I'm gonna give you a 2, 3, 4, 5 minute short clip, a powerful, complete thought, and I'm gonna create this content. And at the end of it, it's gonna have my website, black screen, website in white, with the music going for about 10 seconds as the music slowly fades out. So as you watch that video and you feel moved, you go to my website, and now they're thinking like, man, I should book this guy to come to my school and speak. So for you, Brandon, and for you, Marcus, I want, man, Marcus said this is so good. Thank you for that, man. I want both of you to kind of ask yourself, okay, what content can I create to add value, to drive people to me? Now, for you, Brandon, I'll give this to you here, right? One thing we teach in our community, and I've shared it oftentimes on our next level talks, is the donut runs. Right? When you print up that EPK and you go to Krispy Kreme, or you go to Dunkin' Donuts, or you go to Publix, wherever, and you get you 6 donuts, a half dozen, and you tape the EPK on that box, and you show up to that school and you build relationships with the people at that front office. Like, ain't nothing wrong with doing cold calls and email. That's cool. You might find you a virtual worker overseas that can email and call a bunch of people. That's cool. But it always hits different when they calling you to book you versus you calling them to ask them for an opportunity. And so because you live in a city or a town where there are probably, you know what I'm saying, 50 schools within 10 minutes driving distance from you, you pull up at the schools. Hey, my name is Brandon. I'm a local, no, excuse me. I'm an international, I'm a national motivational speaker. I work with schools all across America, and y'all right here in my backyard. So I figured I'd bring some donuts by and say, hey, and the lady at the front desk, that's the gatekeeper. They be running the schools. They're going to say, really? Boy, give me them donuts. They gonna talk. They gonna fuss at you because they on a diet, and why you bringing these donuts up in here? But that's just the way in. And next thing you know, you want to figure out and do your research beforehand. Find out from that school how many guidance counselors they got, how many principals, how many assistant principals. Every school will have at least 3 decision makers that can bring you in: a guidance counselor, a social worker, a principal, and assistant principal. You got some schools that will have up to 7 different decision makers, because you got the one main principal, you got multiple assistant principals, you got multiple guidance counselors, so you got multiple decision makers. So that's what I would say as far as outreach, but also creating content that drives people to you, add value to the marketplace, and watch those opportunities come your way. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Amp would like to know, I am stuck in being challenged with navigating and posting on social media. What suggestions do you have for me to get out the mud with this? I am 55 years old and learning these platforms, and the content is a lot.
What up, Pam? So shout out to you, out here creating that content. She said, I'm 55 years old. These platforms like this a lot. So I'll say this. I am stuck and being challenged with navigating and posting on social media. So for one, I'm sure you all have heard by now the brilliance of Chat GPT. So if you don't have Chat GPT downloaded in your phone, I would definitely recommend you do that today. And then talk to Chat GPT. Hey, Chat, you name it. You know what I'm saying? I name mine Jay. I'd be like, hey, Jay, you know what I'm saying? I just talked to my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you name, you know what I'm saying? Nickname her Monica. You know what I'm saying? Like Monty. You know what I'm saying? Monty. You know what I'm saying? Like you name, you name your chat AI and let them know, hey, I'm 55 years old. I'm trying to figure things out. This is my social media. This is my brand. This is the people who I speak to in my audience. I can't wait for y'all to, Nikki gonna do a whole thing on the AI at the conference. I can't wait for y'all to see. But like, talk to chat and let them know, hey, this is what I got going on and I'm struggling with social media. Can you create a posting schedule for me to post 3 times a week? Maybe you start there, Pam. Maybe you're not ready for 2, 3 times a day. Maybe you're not ready for once a day. Hey, I need to post on Sunday. I need to post on Tuesday, and I need to post on Friday to take people through the weekend. And give me some ideas. It might be a selfie video. It might be a piece of content that you filmed. It might be a quote. It might be something you put on Twitter and then you screenshot it and crop it and post it and put a description and mix some music with it. Like, have chat guide you along the way. Right. And so there are so many different ways to create content. You can easily whip out your phone and just speak from the heart and speak directly to the people. Then you can get fancy and have some music with it and have some other captions and text and things like that. Or you could just whip out your phone, share something, and then post that sucker and write a caption. Right. So just know, as when it comes to content, just get something out there. But don't be so caught up on it being perfect. Don't be so caught up on it being polished, like you being caught up on executing and running the play and getting that content out there. And then here we go. Here's the big thing. Don't focus on the results. How many people liked it? That'll discourage you, Pam. That'll discourage any of us. How many people liked it? How many people commented? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people did it see? Like, don't get so caught up on that. Just build a repetition, get over the fear and the challenge of being stuck, and start posting more. And then getting it out here and learning the different platforms, right? And you might want to start with one platform at a time. You might want to start, maybe it's Facebook or maybe it's Instagram, and just really master that platform. Get a good flow of posting content, and when someone comments, because you ain't super popping and you ain't got a whole bunch going on, you know what I'm saying, you can take the time to look at the comments, respond to the people. You know what I'm saying, you want to reward the behavior that you want them to repeat. So when you see someone commenting to your post or liking it, respond back. Thank you for liking. Thank you for your comment. Engage with them, right? And that's going to have more people wanting to post and engage with you as well. And so then you can say, now I'm a branch into TikTok. Now I'm a branch into YouTube Reels. Like, and you can kind of diversify the different social media platforms. But to start, find the one that you're on the most. Find the one that you're the most familiar with. Find the one that you're the most comfortable with, and rock with that one right there. And then begin to create that content, whether it's a video, it's a picture, it's a flyer, it's a screenshot. Just find different pieces of content that speaks to that audience and adds value to them. And then just continue to pick up steam and build momentum from there. And it's only a matter of time before that thing picks up. All right, come on, Pam. You got it. You got this, Pam. You got some more?
Shatika, yes, Shatika wants to know, my first speaking opportunity was canceled 3 days before the event, and I'm really disappointed. I believe I'm called to speak, especially as a business owner. I'm not a pro yet, but I'm learning and growing. What advice do you have for staying prepared for the next opportunity?
So go back. What was the first part of the question?
Her first speaking
My
opportunity.
okay, was canceled 3 days before the event, and I was really disappointed. Guess what, Shatika? It be like that. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got nothing for you there, but that's life. Such is life. You know what I'm saying? And so I've had events that have canceled before. Hey, shoot, I've had events um that have said, we don't want you no more, we want somebody else. That's even worse. I'm like, dang, you gonna just break up with me like that? But sometimes these things happen. And so the same thing you did to get prepared for this one, you do the same thing to get prepared for the next one. You got more time to practice your speech. You jump on one of our speech training calls, you know what I'm saying? Practice your speech, practice your flow, and you'll be good from there. I'm not a pro yet, but I'm learning and growing. What advice do you have for staying prepared for the next opportunity? So just do that right there. Stay prepared for the next one. The next one ain't gonna cancel. It's only a matter of time before you standing before the people. But now you got a time to perfect your flow. Now you got time to study some more people online. Now you got time to watch some other videos on YouTube. Like, now you got time to get more efficient with your flow and your delivery. Now you got time to really kind of now dial in your message and watch your speech and watch your presentation and get sharper. And then more and more opportunities are going to come your way. This is just the beginning. All right, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. Let's go.
Amy wants to know, when did you realize your assignment was bigger than your comfort zone, and how did you navigate the move to the next level?
Let me think about that one. When did you realize your assignment was bigger than your comfort zone, and how did you navigate the move to the next level? Um, so so my assignment for mentoring and coaching, I actually ran from for a few years. I had a buddy of mine, Jeff Tatarchik. My man was on my head. He was constantly on me, like, Jay, you got to do this. Like, Jay, you got to tap in. Like, Jay, I was just like, man, you got to coach. You got to mentor. People have been falling in my DM saying, can you give me game? Can you mentor? Can you coach? And I was just like, I just never really had time. I didn't really make it a priority. You know what I'm saying? I was like, shoot, I'm speaking and killing it myself. Like, I'm good. But then I realized, like, you know what? I need to answer, that assignment. So your question of how do you navigate the move to that next level, you got to be obedient. You got to be obedient. And when did you realize your assignment was bigger than your comfort zone? I don't know when I realized it. I just realized and got to a point where I was just like, man, I would really rather not do this. Because my thing is like, you give people game, you give them insight. What if they don't listen? What if you wasting your breath? I don't want to be casting my pearls to swine. Folks ain't out here listening. People ain't serious. They ain't driven. They got excuses. They being average. They don't really want it. I ain't about to be pushing the greatness. And God was just like, bro, I didn't tell you to assure or make them be successful. I just told you to coach. I just told you to mentor. I just told you to create the course and the platform and the community and the cause. Now, what they do with it, that's between me and them. God was just like, bruh, just get out your comfort zone and go execute the play. So, Amy, get out your comfort zone and go execute the play. Once you know what the assignment is, you do everything within your might to accomplish and do the assignment. Once you know what it is, if you know what it is, Amy, your assignment is to execute the assignment. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to move you to the next level. So how do you navigate the move to the next level? I don't even overcomplicate it. I'm like, this is what God told me to do. Let me be obedient. Point blank, period. This is what God is calling me to. Let me be obedient. Point blank, period. These are the people He's telling me to encourage and minister and coach and mentor. That's what I'm going to do. Point blank, period. And I'm going to find different and new creative ways to add value to the people that He told me to add value and be a blessing to. And so I tell you to do the same thing. Find out what that assignment is, who you've been assigned to, and do it with all your soul, with all your might. All right, good question. Thank you for that.
Harvey wants to know, how do I get schools to book me? I'm an ex-felon with a testimony of transformation. My target audience is middle school to high school.
Yeah, Harvey. So the same advice I would give to others, you know what I'm saying? You want to create content that will bring awareness, but awareness to what? So I want to see a Harvey Perry Sr.com website. I want to see a HP Harvey Perry logo branding. Like I want to see them brand colors, my brother. Like I want to see. So you take the time now that you out and praise God you out. You at ex-felon. Don't trip on that, bro. There's so many ex-felons that be in school speaking. So I don't even want you to feel like that's even a hurdle. If they ask you, then you tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like even on your website, you be very savvy. You know what I'm saying? Harvey Perry, make sure it's written in third person, right? Has made a lot of changes and made a lot of adjustments, and later made a lot of mistakes and adjustments in life. But now he ministers or speaks, not ministers. He speaks and motivates young people not to make some of the same mistakes that he made. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even have to go into all the details of all of that. But then there are people I know in schools that's like, hey, bro, I went to prison. I went to this. I went through that. I wrote a book. I got out. I changed and transformed my life. It just depends on your brand. So the first thing I would say is to build out your brand, to build out your message, build out that website. Like once you get with the academy, you go through the course, you go through our teachings, we literally map it out step by step by step by step, what you should do to go to the next level. And so that would be the first thing. I love the fact that you have your target audience is middle schools and high schools. I feel like that is perfect. Now it's just a matter of you sharing your testimony with the people and really getting those opportunities to get into those schools. But here's the mistake that people make. The mistake that people make is they knock on doors and they send emails and be like, I want to come speak at your school. And they like, okay, send me some information. And they don't have no information to send. Or they have some stuff to send, but it's really not good. It's not clean. It's not polished. You look like an amateur. You look like mom and pop, like it's not on that next level, right? Organizations, schools, they be having budgets. Trust me. They be having budgets. You know what I'm saying? But the question is do they feel that you are worthy of the budget? And sometimes you might feel like, well, you're not worthy. It's not the fact that you're not worthy, but maybe it's the fact that your branding and your marketing and your logo and your EPK and your website is not up to par. So they might look at your stuff and feel like, he charging $7,500. maybe I'll give you 1,500, because they don't see that full value because you have not first invested in yourself. So how do you expect a company or a school to invest $5,000 in you if you haven't first invested that in yourself? And you can always tell when someone has invested in themselves and their brand because their website, their EPK, their reels reflect that. You see the intentionality, you see the color scheme, the colors bring out emotions and clarity and insight, the language, the reading. As you go through it, you're able to kind of really connect with the person and who they are, and you see that they're not just a speaker, they're an actual brand. When organizations start bringing you in and they viewing you as a brand, not just a speaker, man, you can write your own ticket. So stay the course, Harvey. I'm super excited for you, man. Praise God you out, and praise God that you said, I'm not going to just get out, I'm going to stay out, and I'm going to help others not go in the first place. I think that's absolutely amazing. So praise God for you, bro. I pray one day I get to meet you, my brother. Man, this has been so great. Billy Hanks said, Jay, my testimony is this community is changing lives, period. Amen to that, man. Delton Rice said, I just timed in. This chat is awesome. Absolutely. 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 Man, I'm excited for y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Tabaha said, hey, just wanted to say thanks for this knowledge. I speak prosperity and blessings over you and your family and the Next Level Speaking team. Man, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, family. Look, man, before I go, thank y'all for tapping in with me. I'm going to do another Next Level Talks next week, Monday. I can't wait for y'all to be a part of it. It's going to be something special. Do me a favor. If you have not already liked, subscribed, and hit the notification. Matter of fact, put big 3 in the chat once you've done all 3. Come on. Y'all know what me and Jerry found out? Jerry, we put the camera on y'all. A few weeks ago, we looked and said 50% of the people, 51% of the people have not subscribed. That means half of y'all on here ain't subscribed. Y'all don't like me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we was friends. Like, no, for real though. Seriously though. Subscribe. Like, hit the subscribe button, like it. And that next level is when you hit the notifications. What the notifications does is every time we go live, it's going to ping right there on your phone. And it's going to just pop up. And all you got to do is click it. All right. So thank y'all. Put big 3 in the chat if you've done all 3, man. Thank y'all so much for tapping in with me today. The conference, June 6th through 8th, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. You want to be here. June 6th through 8th, the Next Level Speakers Conference. We got a special video. Matter of fact, let's just bring the video up right now. Let's just let ET give them the official invitation to come to this year's 5th annual Next Level Speakers Conference. Check it out.
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy ET. Hey, y'all, it's going down. I know you like E. I want to be a speaker. E. I want to change the world. E. I want my voice to get throughout all community. Listen to me. If you ready, no more talking. If you ready, Atlanta, Georgia, June 6th through the 8th. It's your boy ET is going down. Lisa Nichols. Yeah, you heard what I said. Lisa Nichols, ET, for the very first time on stage. Jeremy Anderson, Inky Johnson. Listen to me. It's going down. So do me a favor. I don't want to hear I don't got the money. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how I'm going to get there. I don't want to hear nothing. I want you to make the commitment to make sure you're there. Don't get there late, get there early, stay as long as you can, and come to a transformational conference that will change your life forever. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're going to say, what clicked for me, what changed for me, everything. And I went to the Next Level Speakers Conference in Atlanta. It's your boy ET. Don't meet me there, beat me there. I'll see you when I see you. Let's go.
Oh man. Officially, Judah said Eric, Lisa, Jeremy, and Inky on the same stage is iconic. Yes. Yes. And we've got so many other. It's overwhelming, y'all. When you look at Coach Crump, you got Jessica, you got CJ, you got Trap, you got Nikki, you got Rachel Joy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got Brandon Burns, you know what I'm saying? You got my pops is gonna be giving a word, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got Linda Clemens, Dr. Sonia Stribling. Listen to me, y'all. Dr. Danielle Jervy Harmon, like these 3 days gonna be explosive. That's all I can say. So if you can get to Atlanta, you want to be here. If you can get to Atlanta, you want to be here. It's going to be something special. It's like, you know what it's like? It's almost like a family reunion / homecoming. You know what I'm saying? It's like family reunion / homecoming. And so it's going to be something special June 6th through 8th right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to be up north at Hotel Avalon, a phenomenal venue, a phenomenal experience. We got the whole place, y'all. 1,000 people. Like, it's gonna be something special. So hopefully you can make it, man. Thank y'all for tapping in. Let me just pray for you. God bless everybody that tapped in with us. Keep them encouraged. Give them the insight, give them the knowledge, give them the depth that they need, give them clear instructions. For everybody, God, that's trying to figure out what their assignment is, who have they been assigned to, what impact should they be making, who should they be serving. As they get connected to you, make it crystal clear what it is that you want for them to do and accomplish. For those that are supposed to be at the conference this year, God, make a way. For everyone that's supposed to join our community, Lord, and they just need to be able to have the resources to make the investment, bless them with the funds, God. Let it be so. Bless every person that's on today, every person that's watching this, every person and their love, their family, their loved ones. Bless them, keep them safe, and help us every single day to move closer and closer toward fulfilling the assignment that you place in our lives. That's our prayer. In Jesus' name, amen. Man, y'all be blessed. Thank y'all for tapping in. I'll see y'all next week at 10 a.m. EST time. Listen to me. Subscribe, like, and hit the notification. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
I made over $100,000.
1 gig, $18,000.
$75,000.
I cannot recommend Next Level Speakers Academy enough.
An absolute game changer for my business.
That was just a glimpse of the life-changing work that we're doing here at the Next Level Speakers Academy. And over the next 2 minutes, you're going to see exactly how our program and community can be a game changer for your speaking business. Years ago, myself and ET, Dr. Eric Thomas, came together because we knew that our calling in life was more than just being phenomenal speakers. It is to train, equip, support, and mentor the next generation of professional speakers.
I've actually gone from people reaching in their pockets and giving me $250 to me making $50,000 in a month.
So imagine you getting what Eric Thomas learned in 30 years. You're getting that in 6 months. You're getting the education, you're getting the platform, and you're getting an opportunity to meet with decision makers.
What a lot of the individuals will receive is information and knowledge that can help them not make some of the same mistakes or have some of the same encounters that weren't as fortunate as we had.
Now, one way that we're gonna take your speaking career to a whole nother level is through our online platform. We've got 4 different courses in one location, all set up to put you in the best position, from the marketing, the branding, the storytelling, how to find speaking engagements, everything you need to be successful and dominate in this space. And you have lifetime access to the courses and content.
In the past 3 months, I've had 25 plus speaking engagements. Next Level is who they say they are.
This year, we are going to pass $500,000 in gross revenue. And we're closing contracts in the $40,000 to $50,000 range. And it's not just about the money. It's about the support. It's about the positive environment that provides a space for people to create, learn, and grow together. And I'm just proud.
Now, in addition to the online course, we also have our Next Level Speakers community, and we've got chapters all across the country and internationally. Now, this is important because your proximity equals your velocity. And the people that you're connected with has the power to take your speaking career farther and faster.
I hold this community so near and dear to my heart. At one point, I didn't even want to tell people about it. I was afraid the more people knew, the less success there would be available to me. But God is abundant. The more people that join this community, we only get stronger.
In addition to the online course and community, some of you might even upgrade to spending a mastermind weekend with us. That's where me and ET puts you on stage. Our team captures the footage. We coach you and train you up live in person, and that material is sure to be a game changer for your business.
I've never had an experience like this.
I know I was supposed to be here, and I was so honored.
What sets us apart from other speakers, programs, or communities, it's not just the success that our students are getting financially from speaking in their business,
That's because we take a holistic approach. We don't want to just build up great speakers. We want to build up great people. And every year at our annual conference, there are individuals that decide to grow in business and decide to grow spiritually. And that is something we're really proud of.
I bawled when she cried, when she was up on the stage earlier trying to video her on 2 phones, but you guys gave her that voice and have helped her step out. She wouldn't have done this without you guys, so thank you.
It's probably one of the realest programs you're gonna ever get into. I've been in other programs. Man, you giving us a chance to practice what God gave us on stage? Yo, man, he said it right. It's priceless.
If you're ready to really take your speaking career to the next level and your life to the next level and truly live a life of purpose, join today.
What's up, y'all? Jeremy here. Look, me and my team want to give you a glimpse of what it looks like and what you're going to experience when you come to a Next Level Speakers Mastermind. Check this out.
Hey guys, I'm Sophie. I am your lead coordinator, and I'm here to welcome you and give you a phenomenal experience.
Before you hit the stage, myself and the other coaches are going to prepare you and give you live feedback so that you can dominate the stage.
And while you're on stage, I'm gonna be capturing high quality photos for you for your websites and your branding.
And me and the AV team can't wait to support you because your name and face deserves to be on the big screen.
Oh, hey, me and the team, we're here to support you. We're here to get you mic'd up, but ultimately to get you hyped up so you can take the stage.
Look, not only do you speak live on stage, right? We do Q&A. Like, we literally gonna coach you and answer all your questions to help you get to the next level.
Every day of the mastermind, we have one person who did a dynamic job to have the opportunity to win the Drop Mic Award.
As you see, our Next Level Speakers Mastermind weekends are something special. We're gonna put you on stage, we're gonna coach you, we're gonna mentor you, we're gonna give you the game you need, but the revelation that you receive, the breakthroughs that people are receiving, truly makes our Mastermind weekends a life-changing experience. We hope to see you at the next one.
Hey speakers, listen up. The Next Level Brand Studio is here, your one-stop shop for all of your branding needs. We've created branding materials for some of your favorite motivational and public speakers. Are you in need of a high-quality logo design? Well, look no further. The Next Level Brand Studio is ready to create a high-quality logo just for you. Or maybe you need an electronic press kit. We have created EPKs that have helped speakers make well over 6 and 7 figures. In need of a website? The Next Level Brand Studio has built websites for some of the biggest names in the industry, and we want to do the same for you. Or maybe it's time for you to go to the next level with a high-quality speaker's reel. Whether you have taken the stage hundreds of times or just once, the Next Level Brand Studio has a team ready to assist and create a custom speaker's reel for you. NextLevelBrandStudio.com. It's time to take your brand to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Gavin van der Fun, Director of Next Level Living South Africa. I'm so excited to share with you the journey that I have been on for the last couple of years, serving not just our students, but communities all over Cape Town. This journey has not only been transformative for me, but has been transformative for our students and the families that we serve in these communities.
At the beginning, before this whole thing,
I felt hopeless. I was like, okay, the doors now are shut. But then when I just, got signed in with Next Level Living, everything just, became light and everything was so smooth.
Being from a community that does not have much and you see people struggle, you also feel like you're not going to get the kind of opportunities that others do. But being a part of Next Level Living, it creates a new kind of confidence.
I've personally witnessed the change and the transformation that happens in our communities when we go out there with our teams week in, week out, feeding hundreds of families to make sure that they do not go to bed hungry. This is the challenge that we are sitting with, and our personal mission and assignment to alleviate hunger in the communities that we feed.
I feel so honored and great for this chance that I have been given by the Next Level Living students. I'm glad for the supporters that are sponsoring us and the people out there that are supporting us. It is a great thing and a great to give back to the community.
But this doesn't end here. We have plans for the future to make sure that our students reach a potential far greater than they ever had. We are planning on building our own youth center at this moment. We are planning on seeking employment for our students after they graduate from that stage. And we need the resources enough to make sure that our students take their lives to a whole new level. This is what we are appealing to our sponsors, to those that are listening to us. There are students here that can reach a potential far greater than they ever dreamed of. We have athletes in our midst. We have potential doctors. We have potential lawyers. And these are the students that are in our care. Thank you for listening to our appeal. And I hope the impact that we can gather together will take these lives to a whole new level.
I just want to say thank you for the Next Level, that you feed our children, and we appreciate it. And I ask for you, don't forget the children here.
I just want to say we really appreciate for you Next Level Living, what you're doing for us as kids.
I'd like to thank Next Level Living for accepting me and making me feel warm and welcome.
Great people, great team, another family. And I hope we continue striving forward.
I just want to say thank you for Next Level Living. I just want to say thank you for Next Level Living to appreciate it. We appreciate what you do and keep on coming, don't stay away.